Thank you, South Charleston JROTC and Huntington High School Choir. I would also like to thank Zachary Stovall from Cabell Midland High School for providing our musical entertainment during the reception, and Ripley High School Floriculture Program for providing the beautiful floral arrangements. My name is Dr. Tracy Gregory. I serve as the Director of Educator Development at the West Virginia Department of Education. As we begin this evening, I want to extend my appreciation to leadership and my colleagues at the department for supporting and assisting in the planning and execution of this event. It is also my privilege to welcome two special guests, Kaylee Workman and Sophie Hughes. These outstanding students were selected through a Grow Your Own essay contest to serve on the Teacher and Service Personnel of the Year review panels. This marks the first year that students have been invited to participate in this important process, and we are truly delighted to have their voices represented. And now, it is my great honor to introduce the 34th State Superintendent of Schools. Michelle L. Blatt has served at the local, district, and state levels of education. She is a former classroom teacher and school principal who continues to carry her love of students and learning with her in all of her endeavors. She joined the West Virginia Department of Education full-time in 2007 as a coordinator and steadily has risen in the ranks through her distinguished career. During the pandemic, she was part of the state leadership team that guided West Virginia through the safe reopening of schools, businesses, and other operations. While she wears many high-profile hats, the one she loves the most is grandma to her children. Welcome, Superintendent Blatt.
Thank you, Tracy, and good evening. Welcome to our finalists, our sponsors, our other invited guests. I'd like to welcome Deputy Sonia White and our board member, Deborah Sullivan, that is up here with me today. We're just so excited to be here with each of you and to recognize the excellence in our profession. We have amazing teachers and amazing service personnel that make a difference every single day for our kids. And too often, those stories don't get the highlights. And so we want to make sure that we're celebrating and highlighting the field that we all love and that we've dedicated our lives to. So I want to do a little bit to each of our finalists. I've listened to your interviews, I've read your bios, and I know how hard you work every single day for our children. And there is not enough thanks to go around from all of us and from the parents and the communities you serve. But we are so thankful for everything that you do every day. So I want to start with our Teacher of the Year finalist. You embrace learning, you help your children strive, and you believe in the possibilities. We have teachers here representative across the contents and across the grade levels. And so we're just going to do a little highlight for each of them. First, we have Tiffany. I think we're going to see Tiffany. Tiffany, you've launched physical fitness programs and connected students to our veteran communities. These relationships have nurtured understanding and respect among generations. Brooke, you have displayed innovation as you've integrated career tech education that taps into middle school students' curiosities and advance their career exploration. And this is often the missing link to ignite a child's love for learning. Amber, your heart connects your students, and through volunteering at a foster care facility, you put a journey to teaching into motion. And today you are here to serve as an example for others. And my 5 wonderful grandchildren are from the foster system. Renee, you pursue grants to bring technology to the classroom that expose students to greater opportunities for unique learning experiences. You understand our schools need the help and resources often found outside of our school community. Nicole, you are unrelenting in your own professional development. You know a well-prepared teacher has the most profound impact on student learning. This commitment's not only important, but it is inspiring for the time that you dedicate. Now our school service personnel that we're here to celebrate today. Yours is often the first face that a student sees in the morning, whether it's the bus driver or it's the secretary or the cook when they come into the cafeteria. And our schools run on the drive and commitment that each of you bring to our systems. So we'll start with Ivy. You show compassion in your patience and empathy for the most vulnerable students. And your red backpack brings calm to students when they need it the most, no matter where you are in the building. Haley, you support special education classrooms and are involved in developing positive behavior interventions that contribute to a nurturing culture. All of this still while working towards your own education degree, a foundation to build a strong career upon. Christy, you trade hats willingly when jobs need to be done, from monitoring the finances to filling in for the school custodian. In 2023, your swift action saved the life of a student in cardiac arrest, earning you the Zoll Hero for Life Award. You are truly a hero. Brandon, you serve with professionalism and integrity as you mentor children who often need the care and love of one person who will make a difference. You lend your expertise to build better programs and processes as part of the County Superintendent's Advisory Council. And your insights and perspective are valued throughout the county. And finally, Keith, you have earned respect because of your service-focused work ethic and your value for the human connection. Students love you and staff admire your leadership. School leaders tell us that your presence raises the standards of excellence. Each of you, teachers and service personnel, should be so proud of the jobs you do and the lives you touch. And I'm sure all of us sitting here are just amazed that we would have to find one person to represent our educators and our service personnel with the wonderful things that we've learned about each of you. But as we continue in the spirit of celebration, I would like to introduce to you and ask to come to the podium our state board member, Deborah Sullivan. Deborah is a former school administrator and a forever educator. Her career is a reflection of advocacy and action. There is not a hill, a crevice, a creek, or anything in this state that she has not traversed over looking for schools and seeing how things are doing. She still to this day spends as much time as she can in our schools with our children, and we're so thankful for her service and everything she means to education in West Virginia.
Well, good evening. Thank you so much, Michelle. That was lovely. And I am a lifelong educator, and it's who I am. And while I'm a member of the State Board of Ed now, that doesn't define who I am. What defines me is everything that really came before. So on behalf of President Paul Hardesty, Vice President Vic Gabriel, and members of the West Virginia Board of Education, I'm delighted to congratulate our 2026 Teacher and School Service Personnel of the Year finalists. It's really remarkable when you hear what they've been up to, and that's just a small piece of what they do. You, teachers and service personnel, are the face and the hands and the head and the soul of education. You're the bedrock of our communities. You're the doers and the believers. You feed children's minds and their bodies. You get them where they need to go, and you support them during tough times. You work to keep schools and classrooms running smoothly, and you are critical partners with families, and we need that. You're role models, not just of livelihoods, but of what it means to be an adult who contributes to the common good each and every day. Regardless of your position, helping young people gain a different perspective is a major part of what you do, even though you may not realize it all the time. It takes focus and time, giving hearts, and tremendous energy to help young people see beyond the moment, beyond their current circumstances, while at the same time helping them to deal with those circumstances. And when you help your students see themselves as having a say in what their futures could be, they are more likely to believe in their own power to frame their own life stories and build better futures for themselves and their families. I believe very strongly that West Virginia students can compete with children anywhere in the world given the opportunity. And you are providing that opportunity when you see young people not only as they are today, but as the capable adults they have the potential of becoming. And as you know, it takes more than words of encouragement. It takes hard work, dedication, focus, optimism, and a giant leap of faith. And we need you now, more than ever, to help raise upcoming generations of strong West Virginians. We all need someone to believe in us, and I know that you are that person for your students. After all, our students are our hope for the future, and you are their hope. Know that even though the impact you have on individual lives may often be invisible to you, you are not only touching the future, you're shaping it. Never, never doubt your importance. The members of the West Virginia Board of Education applaud each of you as outstanding members of the statewide education community. Congratulations and heartfelt thanks for all you do for the children of the Mountain State. Thank you.
As we prepare to recognize our finalists, we want to acknowledge and thank our sponsors. These sponsors elevate the prestige of this award. I want to extend our deepest gratitude for your generous sponsorship. Your support has been invaluable and played a crucial role in making this program a success, and it would be an honor to have you share your insights and experiences with our audience. As I call your name, please make your way to the podium. Kathy McAllister from Highmark, West Virginia. Highmark, West Virginia has sponsored the Service Personnel of the Year winner with $2,500 and the Teacher of the Year with $5,000.
Thank you. Gee, I'm first. Nobody wants to be first. But I got to tell you, I wrote down some notes just in case I forgot. But the truth is, I know this pretty well. The fact is that Highmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield, West Virginia, has been a proud sponsor of the Teacher of the Year for 24 consecutive years. And this is just absolutely amazing because I have been to every one of these awards for the past 24 years. And a few years ago, when you added the Service Personnel of the Year, so we added that on as well. And again, we're quite honored. As a large employer in headquarters in Parkersburg, West Virginia, we understand the value of education. The children that you're teaching today is probably our future employees. So again, we understand the value, and again, it is our honor and privilege to again sponsor the Teacher of the Year and the Service Personnel of the Year. Congratulations to all of the contestants, and again, I look forward to seeing you next year. Thank you.
Next, we have Denise Poole from Horace Mann. Horace Mann provides a $2,500 award to the Service Personnel of the Year winner, a $5,000 award to the Teacher of the Year winner, and $300 from Donors Choose to support the 5 Teacher of the Year finalists.
Well, good evening, everyone. As always, it's a privilege to be here and to represent the Horace Mann Insurance Companies. You know, Horace Mann has been a company that's been around supporting educators for many years. I know as a personal agent for the company that going into the schools and doing things to help the students and the teachers and the principals to better understanding of the kids. But today we represent and we think about the Teacher of the Year and the service personnel. I know that over the years that the time and the energy and the effort that each of you put into it is exactly what those students need. Because we know that behind every successful student is an individual who took the time, the patience, and the love to support that child. So as a representative of Horace Mann, we are very excited to be here and to be a sponsor once again, and I applaud each of you for your hard work and your time and your dedication. Thank you.
Next, we have Dale Lee from Education West Virginia. Education West Virginia provides a $500 award to the Service Personnel of the Year winner and a $1,000 award to the Teacher of the Year winner.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. I'm Christy Skidmore, co-president of Education West Virginia. Dale and I are going to speak on behalf of Education West Virginia this evening. Education West Virginia is proud to continue the tradition of honoring the West Virginia Teacher of the Year. We are beyond proud of the work of our West Virginia teachers. Our West Virginia teachers perform daily all across the state. Your impact on students and families is invaluable, truly. Let me read you the definition of a difference maker. A difference maker is a dedicated person who can make a big impact even with just a small action or few words. Someone who improves the lives of others, one who rallies or encourages others to propel themselves forward and bring about change. You, West Virginia teachers, who make us so proud every day, are making a difference every day, and don't ever underestimate the impact you have on our students and families in West Virginia. On behalf of Education West Virginia, thank you so much for your work.
You all didn't think I was going to pass up a microphone. You know, Christy and I are honored to present the first recipients of Education West Virginia Teacher of the Year and School Service Personnel since we merged just last week on Labor Day, and continue the tradition that both organizations had in sponsoring this. I am blessed to be the son of an educator and the son of a school cook. So I know what it's like to be a teacher's kid and a service personnel's kid. And so for all of our service personnel, we're proud to give out a $500 check to that. You're the most important people in the school in many kids' eyes. You're the first smile that they see. You're the first pat on the back that they get. You're the one who gives them the extra food. I shouldn't say that though, should I? And the things that they need. And so our teachers and our service personnel, we're very honored to be a part of this, and we're proud of what you've done and what you continue to do for your students each and every day. Thank you.
Joe White is here from the West Virginia School Service Personnel Association. The West Virginia School Service Personnel Association provides a $500 award to the Service Personnel of the Year winner.
Thank you very much. I've got some notes here because if I don't have notes, I get off topic. And that's not very good when I get off topic. But I will be brief. For those of you keeping a clock, I'm at 2 minutes and 12 seconds. I've timed myself. But now I'm probably going to go over 2 minutes and 12 seconds. I'm not a person, for those of you that know me, I'm not a person to just stand up and speak just to be speaking. I feel if I don't give you something to take back, I'm wasting your time and wasting my time. So, in saying that, celebration of excellence. I am Joe White, Executive Director of the West Virginia School Service Personnel Association. Since September the 23rd, 1965, we have been dedicated to promoting leadership, quality representation, and support for our members by advancing the interest and welfare of our members, by elevating the standards and creating a deeper sense and knowledge of the importance of non-instructional services within the education system. In today's climate, and this is what I want to leave you with, in today's climate you hear a lot of sound bites, a lot of news grabbers, a lot of one-liners. Sometimes you have to ignore what people say and pay attention to facts. Here's a few facts that you can spend about 3 minutes on Google and you can find out. West Virginia is ranked near the top in early childhood education. West Virginia has an outstanding vocational program. West Virginia has a highly recognized culinary program. West Virginia has a top-rated school transportation program. And many of you are witness to this. During COVID, within just a couple of days, cooks, bus operators, and volunteers were feeding every child in the state of West Virginia that wanted to eat by delivering this to their neighborhoods. Friends, West Virginia has the best. Can we improve in some areas? Absolutely. Are we good? You bet your bottom dollar we're good, because we're celebrating excellence. I have said many times before, as I've traveled around this country and had the pleasure to travel, West Virginia has the most well-trained, qualified, dedicated, loyal employees in the nation. Congratulations to each of you and to your respective schools and your respective counties. A job well done. We are truly celebrating excellence in West Virginia.
My apologies. I skipped Carrie Blankenship from West Virginia Lottery. And I apologize probably more to the person who is directing our PowerPoint behind me, who is not pleased with me tonight. West Virginia Lottery provides an award of $500 to our Service Personnel of the Year, $500 to our Teacher of the Year, and $300 grants to each County Teacher of the Year, which I forgot last year. So I don't know what our history is, Carrie, but here you go.
It just makes a statement. So now you'll remember me, right? First of all, good evening, everybody. And I'm an honored guest here to represent the West Virginia Lottery. And I'm not even going to look at my notes. This event's important to me because I am the product of two educators. My mom taught for years in Ohio, but then retired and wanted to go back to teaching, and she taught in West Virginia. My dad did. They're both retired now. My sister just retired. My nieces. I come from a long line of educators. So I know about the dedication that each of you put into your jobs, and I remember all those service personnel, too, that made my day better when I went into school. Those are people you don't forget your entire life. So I feel like we're highlighting those individuals here this evening because you're obviously making a difference in your schools and in your communities. So the West Virginia Lottery is happy to continue to sponsor our wonderful education program and the service personnel that do so many wonderful things for our West Virginia children. And on a last note, I just want to remind everybody, because I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't, in marketing, make sure you buy a ticket every now and then, because that keeps us being able to do what we do for events like this tonight. So.
Blame that on Joe White. He slipped me $1 so we could see the School Service Personnel Association logo a second time. I'm just kidding. We have David Gladkowski from West Virginia Professional Educators. The West Virginia Professional Educators provide a $250 Amazon gift card and teacher supply gift box to the Teacher of the Year winner.
Good evening. I'm David Gladkowski. I'm Executive Director of West Virginia Professional Educators, and we're so happy to be here tonight as part of this grand celebration that the Department of Education puts on so well each year. We're so happy to be here. And as we've done in past years, we are, as you had said, we are supplying an Amazon gift card of $250 and some teacher supplies, and they're all in that box right there. Okay? That's where they are, so don't forget it whenever you leave tonight. So they're all right there. And speaking of that box and the way it looks is my staff and I have had a running discussion about what our association might use as a mascot, because when we go to like conferences and we go to like county events, we think about seeing other vendors there that have mascots, and we think, okay, maybe we need to get a mascot too. So we kept kind of discussing it, and it's been kind of a running joke, but also we're thinking even though other associations are using this mascot, we thought that we kept coming back to the owl, the wise owl. So on that gift box, there are 2 owls on that box. So you take that with you, and that can be our mascot for tonight. And also a big shout out to one of the 5 finalists, and that is Brooke Davis, who is one of our members. So we're especially proud of Brooke, and so we're going to root for her tonight as we listen to the winners tonight of our celebration. But we're all winners, and all of our teachers do a fantastic job of providing an education to our students, and we think about them all the time, especially at the beginning of the year, which reminds me of a story that a high school principal in Logan County shared with me several years ago, and this is many years ago, and he had a son, Michael, who was going into kindergarten, and he took his son, Michael, to kindergarten on the first day of school, and I think Michael had a pretty good day, so his dad came after school and picked Michael up and asked Michael, did you have a good day at school today? And he said, yeah. He said, yeah, I really had fun. He said, hey, did you like your teacher? Yes, I really like my teacher. Her name is Mrs. Mounts, and she's a good teacher. By the way, she was one of our members as well back years ago. But anyway, Michael said, well, I really liked it, but I don't think I want to go back to school tomorrow. I don't think I want to go back. And he said, well, and his dad said, well, you need to go back to school because you need to go and get your education. So he thought about it, and so the next day he got up and his dad took him to school, and Michael walked right down the hall, and his dad was taking him down the hallway to go to the classroom, walked right down the hall, walked right in the classroom, walked up to Mrs. Mounts with his hand out and said, Mrs. Mounts, give me my education. So he got his education for sure from Mrs. Mounts. So again, a big shout out to all the teachers and everything that you do every day. It means so much to our students because you're that one person that makes a difference. And again, we congratulate all the teachers of the year, all the service personnel of the year, both in the counties and the finalists, and ultimately the teacher of the year and service personnel of the year. So again, thank you for letting us be a part of this celebration, and congratulations.
In addition to our present sponsors, we would also like to thank Leadership West Virginia for providing tuition and lodging for the Teacher of the Year winner to attend Leadership West Virginia, Toyota West Virginia for providing the Teacher of the Year with a car to use during their tenure, Blanco Glass for their handcrafted coins that all county winners will receive, Ivor's Trunk and Tony the Tailor for a gift card to the teacher and service personnel winners, and the West Virginia Tourism for providing the winners a 2-night stay at a West Virginia state park. Few perks. Not speaking to me. Okay. That's okay. She's my boss. So, can we get one last round of applause for all our sponsors present? We're excited. The stage hasn't fallen yet. We're good. The recognition of West Virginia service personnel is a program established by the West Virginia Department of Education in the recent past to honor and recognize the importance of our support personnel and the value they bring to the success of our students and our schools. Each county is invited to submit a representative for this program. Submissions are reviewed and scored by a committee selected by the state superintendent. Once the final 5 candidates are determined, a final round interview committee conducts a face-to-face meeting with each finalist, and presents the state superintendent with a recommendation for the State Service Personnel of the Year winner. These staff members safely transport our students, feed our students nutritious meals, organize our administrators and educators, and serve as vital support personnel to the educational support structures that benefit our children each day. The mission of the Service Personnel of the Year program is to recognize outstanding educational support personnel for their contributions to their schools and communities. You are the heroes stepping up every day to care for children and support staff alike. Without seeking recognition, you do your job and you do it well. Your dedication gives us hope for the future. Congratulations on this recognition, and thank you for your service to West Virginia schools. Now, please welcome our 2025 West Virginia School Service Personnel of the Year, Mrs. Nicole McCulley, as she reflects on her time over the last few months.
Good evening, everyone. A year ago, I stood right here on this stage, absolutely stunned as my name was announced as the West Virginia Service Personnel of the Year. I can still feel that moment, the shock, the pride, the gratitude all rushing in at once. And since then, my life has been a whirlwind in the very best way. The past year has given me the opportunity to meet so many incredible people from every corner of our state. I've met students whose curiosity reminded me why we do what we do. I've met teachers whose dedication lifts entire communities. I've met fellow service personnel whose hard work often happens quietly but keeps our schools running every single day. I've had conversations with people in the Capitol, lawmakers, and leaders at the Department of Education, people shaping the future of education here in West Virginia. Along the way, I have had the privilege of meeting keynote speakers and leaders whose words didn't just inspire me for a day, but truly changed the way I think, work, and serve. Some have become friends, mentors, and motivators, people who have helped me see new ways to grow. But no matter where I go or who I meet, I always go back to the story of why I'm here. I didn't come into education by accident. I came in because of my nephew, Bennett. When he started school at just 3 years old, he was nonverbal, and my sister worried every day. She worried because Bennett couldn't tell her if he had a good day or a bad day, if someone had been kind to him, or if he needed help. And I thought, I need to be there. I need to be in the schools making sure kids like Bennett are cared for and celebrated. So I left my previous job and I began working for Marshall County Schools. I even got to substitute in his class a few times. And what I saw filled me with hope. Bennett was thriving. He was surrounded by people who believed in him. Not long after, I took a full-time job in a pre-K self-contained autism classroom. That room became one of the greatest classrooms of my life, not just for the students, but for me. I learned how to communicate in new ways, how to see the world through different eyes, and how to take those lessons home to my own family. And along the way, I gained two of my closest friends, Mrs. Winland and Mrs. Ward, the teacher and aide I worked beside every day. We were a team in every sense of the word. In December of that year, I made an incredibly hard decision to bid out to my current position in the library. It wasn't easy leaving that room, but I made my friends a promise. I told them, I'm taking you with me, and I did. Maybe not physically, but in spirit and in purpose. That promise I made to carry the heart of that classroom with me became the foundation of everything I've done in the library. I wanted every child who walked through those doors to feel welcome, understood, and most importantly, loved. I wanted them to learn that kindness is free, that friendship has no limits, and every person, no matter how they communicate or how they learn, deserves to be celebrated. Out of that vision came our awesome buddy program. I became good friends with the K-2 ABA teacher, Miss Lindsay, and we worked together very well, and we came up with the Awesome Buddy program, where we paired our 5th graders with our K-2 awesome friends. They did activities, they learned together, and most importantly, know each other. Our students don't just recognize their awesome buddies. They know them by name, they know what makes them laugh, and they see them as friends first, differences second. This is the kind of school community I want my nephew to grow up in. A place where no one is left out. A place where every child feels seen. A place where kindness and acceptance aren't just lessons for the day, but the values that shape who we are. To show students that kindness truly is free, I had them make homemade Valentine's Day cards. They love them so much. A few cards turned into thousands, and their kindness and love I personally delivered to nursing homes all across our area, 8 to be exact. I brought in guest speakers to share their journeys and teach our students what it means to overcome obstacles and hardships and still chase their dreams. I even brought back our Scholastic Book Fair, something that was at the very top of my must-do list. I raised money so every single student could take a book, the story they chose themselves, one that belonged to them, home with them. This journey has brought me incredible friendships. I've had to say how grateful I am for the bond I share with the 2025 Teacher of the Year, Seth Skiles. Seth is not only motivating, but an amazing person, and I'm thankful this experience gave me a lifelong friendship with him. And I couldn't have done this without my family. Thank you to my husband, Brian, and my daughter, Skylar, for always believing in me and being my biggest support through it all. Your love has been the foundation during this unforgettable year. And that's what being a service personnel member is all about. Whether we're working in a library, a cafeteria, a bus, an office, or a classroom, we have the power to shape school culture in ways that last far beyond a single year. We may not always stand in the spotlight, we are always standing at the heart of our schools. Looking back on this past year, yes, I've been to the Capitol. Yes, I've shaken hands with leaders. Yes, I've had some truly amazing experiences. But at the end of the day, what matters most to me is knowing I've helped mold young minds into kind, curious, and compassionate human beings. Through library fun, through programs like Awesome Buddies, through everyday conversations in the hallways, I've seen firsthand when we teach our children to be kind, they never forget it. To my fellow service personnel, thank you. Thank you for your early mornings, your late nights, your dedication, and your love for these kids. You may not always hear it, but you are changing lives every single day. A year ago, I stood on this stage overwhelmed with gratitude. Tonight, I'm still overwhelmed, but I'm also inspired. Inspired to keep doing the work. Inspired to keep building schools where every child belongs. Inspired to keep proving that kindness isn't something we talk about, it's something we live. So let's keep showing our students that kindness isn't just a lesson, it's a legacy. Thank you so much.
Kelly,
Ivy Alonso,
Keith Wright,
Christy Dameron,
There are a lot of times when the service personnel kind of fly under the radar and their little interactions with kids go, unseen. But whether it's passing a custodian in the hallway or getting your meal served by the cafeteria worker, those little daily interactions matter.
I feel like it's important for me to engage with them so that not only can I encourage them academically, but maybe spiritually and emotionally as well. Because I'm just really passionate about the kids, like knowing that they're really important and knowing that they can achieve really great things and that they're really special.
I would want to be an advocate, especially for special education, and really, all students in general. I would want to help as much as I could with, you know, whether it's in-school things, out-of-school things. If there's an activity that someone needs a suggestion on or, you know, help with, or I'm there.
I think most of all, I'm dependable and reliable. If a teacher, cook, or aide needs something done, I don't hesitate. I don't look to do it the next day. I do it that day. And they'll say, don't do it right away. And that's not me. I want to get it done that day. That way I don't forget about it. And they support me 100%.
You know, whether it's secretaries or cafeteria workers or custodians, aides, bus drivers, they're all needed to make the day flow and, you know, provide a safe and nurturing and a clean environment for students to grow and learn and thrive. And we like to, you know, help connect the parents and the teachers, and the whole system, you know, has to work together to make it happen.
It takes all of us. Every person in a building, every role, service personnel and otherwise, is important, and every interaction with a kid, whether you realize it or not, can have an impact.
Maybe it's okay if you don't want it to be a calling and you just want it to be your job. But I think if you're just looking at this as, this is my 9 to 5 and this is my paycheck, I think you're missing out on a great opportunity to make friends, to, you know, have important people in your life, but more so than that even, it's to maybe make a difference in the life of a kid that really needs somebody who can make a difference.
These kids need someone to show up for them every day, no matter what environment you're in. And they need someone to support them every day and know that someone's going to be in their corner in good days and in bad. And if you're willing to do those things and put the work in with your students, then it's going to be one of the best jobs that you ever have.
I'd say the most important is the safety of the kids. I mean, 100% safety with the kids and interact with the kids. Show them you're supporting them and you're there for them 100%. But safety is the number one. I want to make sure the kids are safe there 100%.
I just do things because I want to be helpful. I've just always been like that. It's part of my integrity, it's part of my work ethic, and I just believe it's important. I like to try to be good at what I'm doing and you know, allow to make things happen.
As we prepare to recognize our 5 finalists for the 2026 West Virginia School Service Personnel of the Year, I invite State Superintendent, Deputy Superintendent Dr. Sonia White and Mrs. Sullivan to join us at center stage to congratulate the finalists. Finalists, you will cross the stage when your name is read and to receive your plaque and sponsor award box as you greet state board members and department leadership. Ivy Alonzo, Harrison County. Haley Cummins, Pocahontas County. Christy Damron, Putnam County. Brandon Kelly, Upshur County. Keith Wright, Marshall County. And now we have reached the moment to name the 2026 West Virginia School Service Personnel of the Year. Nicole McCulley will continue to fulfill her obligations for the remainder of 2025. Tonight's winner will begin their year of service on January 1st, 2026. Mrs. Sullivan will announce the 2026 Service Personnel of the Year.
Excitement builds, and my goodness, what a wonderful crop we have, right? The 2026 West Virginia State Service Personnel of the Year is Brandon Kelly from Upshur County. And would Superintendent Miller please join on the stage?
That was worth driving down for, wasn't it, Superintendent Miller? See, there you go. Good job, Brandon. At this time, we move to the Teacher of the Year portion of our program. The process of selecting the West Virginia Teacher of the Year follows the same process as the School Service Personnel of the Year, starting in March of each year and concluding with our September ceremony. West Virginia has recognized a Teacher of the Year since 1964, making this program one of the most long-standing programs in the nation. In our audience this evening, we have several former State Teachers of the Year, as well as the current Teacher of the Year, Seth Skiles. Would all the former and current West Virginia Teachers of the Year stand to be recognized? They sit together, we know where they are. These educators have used the Teacher of the Year platform to elevate education in our state. Thank you for representing the very best of West Virginia, both at the state and national levels. You are a member of an elite group, which is charged with representing your colleagues around the state. We believe in recognizing the value of teachers. Research study after research study indicates that teachers are the #1 determinant of student success. The mission of the Teacher of the Year program is to recognize teachers of excellence and connect them with a network of other equally inspirational and innovative educators. West Virginia Department of Education is committed to the acknowledgement, development, and successes of all of our teachers. Each of you represents the best in our state. You are an inspiration to your family and friends, students, and co-workers, laying the groundwork for so many that will follow in your footsteps. Congratulations on this prestigious award, and thank you for your dedication to the students of West Virginia. Now, let's welcome Seth Skiles, our current Teacher of the Year, as he reflects on his year thus far.
Oh, I am so glad to be here. once in a while, it really hits people that they do not have to experience the world in the way they have been told to. This quote by author Alan Kitely has been my longtime favorite way of describing the enormity of a teacher's role in the entire human experience. In the past year, these words have unexpectedly extended beyond the classroom in my life as Seth Skiles, West Virginia's 2025 Teacher of the Year. When this honor was bestowed upon me, I quickly began to experience what it is like for other people to be interested in what my passions are on a very grand scale. Now, despite my fervor for my beloved content area of elementary music and the life-changing byproducts of guiding students in that very special world, I desired to extend my reach further by traveling and visiting and highlighting as many other teachers as possible in this unique role. My work is ongoing in this way, and I still will be keeping these roads very hot this fall, going through the end of the year, going to see and learn from quality educators across our beautiful mountains. And I have loved doing that so much this year. Becoming a State Teacher of the Year, in my opinion, is a physical manifestation of the Alan Kitely quote that I first shared with you. Once a year, it really hits a teacher that they do not have to experience the world in the way that they have always known. Being the example of excellence in education in our state has been one of the thrills and highest blessings of my life, both professionally and personally thus far. When 2026 arrives, my hope for my successor is to be hit with the realization of experiencing the world in a brand new way and to proactively take advantage of every opportunity that this role might bring to you. I'd like to share a second quote to conclude with you this evening, which I hope will resonate with everyone in this room long after this evening passes. And I have shared this quote many places in our state this year with people this tall and this tall. And some of you have heard me say this in this room tonight. This was spoken by somebody who really embodied excellence that we are celebrating tonight, whose reach was very far and whose work and leadership style has influenced me my entire life. Whatever that you do, do it well. Do it so very well that when people see you do that, they will want to come back and see you do it again. And they will want to bring others and show them how well that you do what you do. Spoken by Walt Disney. Thanks so much for this opportunity to speak with you this evening, and congratulations to these 5 teachers for rising above in our field. Congratulations.
It is the supreme art of the teacher to awaken joy in creative expression and knowledge.
It is unbelievable. Quite honestly, I never imagined myself in this position. It's an honor. Knowing how many amazing educators were nominated within their counties to be in this spot is just absolutely unbelievable. I want to give West Virginia the reputation of a state that values education and doesn't care just about policies and programs. We care about its people. And we're not just raising our test scores, we're raising our kids.
I am honored to be a finalist for Teacher of the Year. I am blessed with amazing mentees throughout my county that has helped me make a difference in the lives of many children. And I really am just grateful that I am able to do that and be here today. The students are why we're there. They are our why. They're why we aim to do a good job. It's why we aim to be better, to make their dreams come true, open their lives up for opportunities, and to expose them to what is possible.
It's very exciting. One of our greatest goals as a teacher is to not just teach the curriculum, but to have children fall in love with learning. We want them to feel that spark of curiosity, that excitement of discovery, and the confidence that comes from mastering something that they once thought was hard. I'm a firm believer in STEAM. It is my passion. I believe that hands-on, rigorous, critical thinking is necessary to building stronger students and leaders for West Virginia for futures to come.
Just knowing that, for one, my county and my school, my county trusted me enough to put me in this position, it means a lot to me, and it helps me know that I'm receiving the feedback of giving everything I have to my students in my job. When you build a relationship with students, it helps them feel comfortable when they come to school, and it makes them open up and not be afraid of failure and excel academically. So, I think that's pretty awesome.
To be nominated, when I found out, I was like, oh my goodness, I have a lot of purpose. This is a special moment. And so what it means is I can show others what I do in my classroom, but I can also motivate them to just ignite their own power and unleash it on these kids in the great state of West Virginia. We are highly accomplished, highly skilled professionals, and we show up to work every single day and we own it. We are the ones who are taking the curiosity these kids have and turning it into discovery.
As we prepare to recognize our 5 finalists for the 2026 West Virginia Teacher of the Year, I invite the State Superintendent, Deputy Superintendent, and Mrs. Sullivan to come to the stage. Finalists, you will cross the stage when your name is read to receive your plaque and sponsor award box as you greet state board members and their department leadership. Tiffany Barnes, Ohio County. Brooke Davis, Putnam County. Amber Hibbard, Hampshire County. Renee Powell, Harrison County. Nicole Pratt, Wayne County. And now we have reached the moment to name the 2026 West Virginia Teacher of the Year. Seth Skiles will continue to fill Teacher of the Year obligations for the remainder of 2025. Tonight's winner will begin their year of service on January 1st, 2026. Superintendent Blatt and board members, please join us at center stage for pictures along with the county superintendent and winner after they're announced.
We really make you wait, don't we? 2026 West Virginia State Teacher of the Year is Tiffany Barnes from Ohio County. Superintendent Miller, please join us.
I have to make notes also because I will definitely talk off of subject. First, I want to say thank you so much. And these ladies here are amazing, and you guys are wonderful. I'm really proud of you. The next thing that I wanted to say is thank you to everyone here today and all of the time that everyone put into this moment. I'm beyond blessed to be a part of my school, Wheeling Middle School. I'm beyond blessed to be a part of Ohio County Schools. I have the most amazing family, friends, and staff support system, and I love you all. I'll be honest, and I feel completely unworthy of this award, but every single day I work alongside of some of the most amazing teachers, and they show up with smiles, even on the hardest days. The primary job is to teach standards, yes, but also so much more. Teachers are therapists, listening and caring. Excuse me for a second. I'm excited. Teachers are school parents, loving and spending more working hours with them than their own families. They are nurses, wiping noses and handing out Band-Aids. Teachers are custodians, cleaning up messes. Teachers are warriors, lying awake at night hoping that their students are safe. Most of all, teachers are role models. They're mentors and encouragers. We teach resilience, kindness, courage, and compassion. For some children, we are the most consistent person in their life, and that's a responsibility that we can never take lightly. Upon receiving this honor at the county level, my first thought was, no way. I know teachers with classrooms that look like magazine covers, with perfect outfits and polished lesson plans, and hallways full of Pinterest-worthy projects. But that's not me. But maybe that's exactly why I'm here today, because it's okay not to be perfect. It's okay to be unconventional. And sometimes that's exactly what a student needs in order to feel safe, to feel seen and free to learn without the fear of judgment. Students don't need perfection. They need you, exactly as you are, so they know it's okay to be themselves too. In my classroom, a self-contained autism classroom with mainly nonverbal students, and perfection does not exist there. For the record, just because my students are nonverbal does not mean that my classroom is quiet. In fact, I'm pretty sure there's not a corner in Wheeling Middle School that hasn't heard us, and I love it. I had a student who came to my classroom as a completely nonverbal 6th grader. He screamed most of the time and needed full assistance for nearly everything, even changing his clothes. Some days I felt defeated, but I chose love over frustration. I listened even when he couldn't speak. That very same student went to high school reading passages to stuffed animals, lined up like a classroom pretending to be a teacher. That same student helped lead our annual autism walk, which we founded to support autism classrooms in Ohio County. That same student left my classroom making unprompted requests for his wants and needs. And last but not least, that same student could sing Dancing Queen word for word on a classroom karaoke machine. Moments like this remind me every day why I show up, because connection comes before curriculum. I treat my students the way I want my own children to be treated. I communicate the way that to parents the way that I want to be communicated with. I remind myself daily, most of the time, that kids aren't giving us a hard time, but they are having a hard time. That perspective changes everything, because we must love first and then teach. I stand here because my administrators and colleagues love me instead of judging me. And that is why I keep showing up for every student, no matter their needs, their test scores, their backgrounds, or how they communicate. And there are 2 quotes that I want to give you that ground me in this truth. Jim Henderson once said, "Kids don't remember what you try to teach them. They remember what you are." And John Maxwell reminds us, students don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So tonight I simply say thank you. Thank you for letting me represent Wheeling Middle School, Ohio County Schools, special education, and most of all, thank you for letting me represent West Virginia. I challenge everyone to keep showing up, keep loving first, and being the teachers that change a child's life. Our students deserve nothing less. Thank you so much.
Don't forget the box. We invite the media to remain in the theater to speak with our 2026 winners, and we ask sponsors to remain in the theater so we can get your photos with the winners as well. If everyone else could please make your way to the Great Hall, we would appreciate it. Finalists, please stop at the registration table to see Brooke Green. We encourage you also, finalists, to take flower arrangements. Thank you everyone for this great celebration, and have a wonderful evening.